Hi, it's Steffi from Steffi's Beads and Baubles, and I wanted to show you how to make these cute little spiders that I thought of the other day and thought would be a lot of fun to do. Now this was the inspiration for my staining the wood beads with markers, because I tried to put plastic or glass, I don't remember which these were, on here, and they were just too small of a hole. They ended up falling off the front. So I painted a bunch of the wood beads like this one with a marker, and they came out perfect. And I just simply use a pipe cleaner, in case you haven't watched that, and I just take any kind of marker, big, small, and just color the bead all the way around. And then when I'm done, if I think I need a little dark inside, although with the feet you don't, maybe on the big beads you do, because these were also, I had a little bag I'd gotten of these beads. Now the thing about these beads is they had a glossy finish on them. Now this is a little doll face somebody painted. So I had to overcome the glossy finish, but the black marker did it. Now I did it in orange on my other video, and it came out okay in orange. The purple, after it sat, looks actually fairly decent. This purple has some weird texture to it, and I even did a green. Now I probably go over some of these with black so I can use them, but you could do the spiders in other colors too. But the other bead I used this big plastic bead. If you're like me and you buy a lot of junk jewelry to take apart, you're going to get some of these big beads. Problem is, most of them have tiny holes. That's the problem. Most of your big beads have small holes for thread. This is the only one out of all my large beads, other than the wood, that had a big enough hole. Now see, here's the same bead I used on a necklace I have not yet taken apart, and this one even has a bigger one. And I loved these shapes. They remind me of a candy. These here, these little rectangular, or not circular cut ones. But this is the type of jewelry you can look for, and I would never pay more than $1 or $2 for this. So, and for $1 or $2, you got a lot of beads, and these can be stained any color for any project. But this is about the size of the ones I'm using for this project. These have a bigger hole though. These have a slightly smaller hole. They may not work as well. I don't know. Now, if you have a Dremel, you might be able to enlarge the hole. But this was taken off of a piece of jewelry, so there has to be some. Oh no, this was the ones I bought in the bag. But I have bought them where they have larger holes as well. So you just have to play it by ear and see if you can get some. Like this one has a bigger hole. So if you can get some smaller ones with the bigger hole, you're all set. But most of my stuff comes from taking apart jewelry. So I wanted to make him have some personality. So I still have a little bit of glue strings. So what I did is I put the pipe cleaners through like this. And then I folded the little legs. So I took and I folded the legs up and down like this. And, oh, hold on, my phone. Let me silence my phone. I always do that and I forgot. So I just kind of bend the legs, because spiders' legs usually go up and then down. And then you just kind of spread them out. This does not have to be perfect. It's just a fun little craft. You're going to move the legs around and get it so it stands up. But once you get the legs all fixed, then you can just quickly glue on the little feet. And so I already dyed some of the beads, and I just took and put a drop of glue in the hole of the bead. You don't need a lot of glue, and you're just going to push the pipe cleaner in like that. You can push it till you feel it like that, and then it's right to the tip, and that should hold it very securely. And then you just keep doing that till you get them all situated. I won't make you wait for me to do all of them, but that's what you're going to do, is you're going to take and you're going to glue on all the little feet. And now don't worry about the little strings. You'll just pull those off when you're done. So once you get all the little feet done, then you can arrange it the way you want him to stand. Like this guy, I have him looking up a little bit, where this one's kind of looking down a little bit. Gives him just a little bit different personality. On this one, I glued a tiny orange rhinestone on his backside. This one, since I use these unusual blue tipped, whatever you call these things, little puff balls. This one has like a really cool, this was a bag of, they might have them at Hobby Lobby this year too. I bought these on clearance, I believe, last year. And I picked this one because I just love that kind of moon glow look. Well, I didn't have a bead that color until I looked in my stash, and I had this vintage bracelet. It's a closed chain. So I just cut one of the pieces off and pried out, well, actually I took my wire clippers and cut out the stone, and it matched really nicely, and I glued it on the back. Now I'm going to replace all his feet with the wood. So what you do is once you get the legs the way you want, you get his little body situated the way you want him to be, then you can decide what color. So I've got one with, like this one, with the orange. And I'm going to take and put that on to this one. You just put a glop of glue, and then just pick how you want the little head to go. If you want him to be more upright, you can put him a little more upright, which I think is kind of cute. Now you got two little googly eyes to put on. So these are pretty good size. These are 8mm, I believe. I wanted them to show up. So you can put it on the thing, or you can put it on the actual piece. I'm going to put it on the actual piece and then glue the little eye on like that. And then you can put the eyes close together, far away. I think this one I'm going to put them a little closer together and see how that looks. This is a fun craft you could do with your kids. Now, of course, if you do it with kids, you're going to have to man the gun, but you could have them help you. But the glue guns are no joke. Now, this one, his face kind of looks like he's looking a little sideways, which is fine. That gives him a little more personality. Like I always tell you, when you're doing crafts, there's no right or wrong. And then if you want to glue a little stone on the back, you could even glue a little rose, or even a bow if you wanted. I even have a little orange bow to show you. You could do anything you want. You could do a little bow. Let's do a bow on this one instead of a jewel, so you can see how they each look. That one's got the little bow. And, I mean, there's no end to what you could do. You can do them every kind of way. Let's put his little front feet on, and I'll replace the rest of them later. Well, this time I put it on the, you can put it on the pipe cleaner too. I've done it both ways. Probably works better to put it in the bead. I think you get less of that glue coming up, because you're pushing the glue down instead of, see, that one has a little glue on it because of the other bead I had on it. When you have the glue in the bead, what it's doing is pushing the glue down into the bead. If you put it onto the pipe cleaner, then the bead tends to push it up. So actually it does work better to put the glue in the bead and then push it on. Now these beads here, let me tell you what size they are. I have this great little size chart here. And these beads here that I used for the feet are right around 10mm. So these are a 10mm wooden bead that were unpainted, unfinished, and I simply put black. Now, if you have black wooden beads that size, that's even better. That'll work just great. But you can see the difference. The large wooden beads look much better than those. So that's what we'll do, is replace those, and you'll see it makes such a difference. But see, if you put the glue inside the bead, and then you push the little foot down into the bead. Now see, I'm dealing with glue that's left over from before. That's some old glue from my mistake. The cool thing about the old glue is once you get it dried, it comes right off. And see, I just can pick off that old glue because that was a mistake on my part. I was trying to use what I had. And when I realized I didn't have anything I could use, that's when I saw those wooden beads and decided, well shoot, why not paint the wooden beads black? And then I thought, oh, what a mess to paint though. I don't know if I want to paint them. So I thought, what could I do that would be easier than trying to paint little wooden beads? So you just push it down in. That pushes the bead, the glue down through the bead. Yeah, you're going to have a mess, but if you've ever worked with a glue stick, you know that's just what happens. And I just put it right down inside. And again, push the pipe cleaner down into it. Like that. And if your pipe cleaner bends a little, don't worry about it. Just wait until it's dry and fix it then. Don't try to fix it. Oh, now see, this time I'm trying to get this off, and it's actually pulling the pipe cleaner through. So you just push it back. There. Push it back. They're I don't glue the pipe cleaners in, mainly because I tried and it just did not work out. When I was trying to do it, and so you just finish coloring the bead, and I put them on these pipe cleaners. Now you can use any pipe cleaner to hold them, but I have found the metallic ones are thinner and it's a lot easier to color. If you don't want to get black on your hand, you can do one side at a time, then come back. Although the thing I found that works on getting most of the ink off is a baby wipe, which baby wipes are so awesome. Baby wipe with a little rubbing, not rubbing alcohol, but hand gel. Doesn't get it all off, but you can see I got some there, and here's a baby wipe. Okay, even by itself it doesn't do much, but put a little hand gel on it, and it does tend to take it at least way down. It may not completely remove it, but that is certainly better than that big black spot. And my hands were completely black. You can see I got most of it off. So I love baby wipes. I always have them in my studio, and I love rubbing the gel, the hand gel, just the standard Germex, which thank goodness you can buy that still, or I can buy it again. Now, I don't have enough to finish him, but this one's completely done. But they're just a lot of fun. They have a lot of personality. You can bend their little legs so they stand up a little bit, or they hunch down a little bit. So you can give them a little attitude. And you can put a bow. You can put the bow down here. You can put a gem. If you have any vintage jewelry or old jewelry, you can take apart old pieces and use the rhinestones or even beads. I mean, you can really doll these up and make anything you want out of them. But they're just a fun little Halloween decoration. And you can give them as gifts. You can put them around your house. You use 2 full pipe cleaners, cut in half, and then trimmed a little bit to the length you want. So two pipe cleaners make 8 little legs, 1 bead of whatever size you have that'll fit the 4 pieces of pipe cleaner through. And in this case, this was just a large faceted bead off an old piece of jewelry. And these, I'm sure you can still buy these large wooden beads with the big hole. I can't imagine you can't still buy those. And now this black isn't as good as this black. Well, I guess it is. But the different markers come out a little bit different. I've used these, but boy, those can knock you out with the fumes. And then little regular Sharpies and these Sharpies. But you can use any kind of a permanent marker. And then the balls, you can get them in all these colors. So like you don't have to give him a black head. You could give him a purple head or a green head or an orange head. I just kind of wanted to use the the black. And I should have made a purple for my other one. I have the purple here. And then just the 8mm googly eyes, which most crafters have a few of those on hand. But I use the googly eyes and simple supplies. A bead, 2 pipe cleaners, a puff ball, or you could use another bead. If you didn't have a puff ball, you could use another bead that you glued on. But I think the puff ball gives it a little character and softens it up a little bit with the pipe cleaners. So, but this is the finished one, and he turned out really cute. And I like the little feet. And the other thing too is you could paint the feet with a purple marker or an orange marker. You could do whatever, like if you have an orange face, you could do little orange toes. That would be cute too. You could actually color the whole body the orange like this if you wanted to do an orange body. So you don't have to do all black. I just chose to do all black because it looked really very Halloweenish. But I hope you enjoyed this. It's just a very simple, fun little craft. It just came to me the other day, and I couldn't wait to do it. So I'm really excited to do this video. I have a ton of Halloween videos I'm recording. I have scheduled probably 10 videos for Halloween and autumn, and a few Christmas ones. And I'm really getting my channel full for you guys, so that when my husband finally has his surgery and if I have to be offline for a couple weeks, you won't even know I'm gone, because the videos are scheduled and coming out. And then there's the black with that blue. Wish they had a more black. Well, I guess they had a black with orange, black with blue, black with purple. So I guess they had them all. I wish they had a black with this light green instead of the kind of dark green, because that's not really very Halloween colored. But I bet you there's all kinds of those puff balls. They're on the same aisle as pipe cleaners. So anyway, you won't even know I'm gone when I end up going offline for a week or two, because I have my channel stuffed full of videos for you. So anyway, I'll be back soon. I'm going to go right after I finish uploading this. I've got a couple more really fun Halloween projects for you. So I will be back soon. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll hit the thumbs up button, because it really helps my channel. YouTube pays attention to that, and they might suggest you to more people. Also, there's a little subscribe button underneath. It depends on the device you're on, but there's a little subscribe button. And if you hit that button, it will subscribe you to my channel. There's a little bell next to that. If you hit the bell where it says all, it'll tell you every time I upload a video. But if you hit subscribe, at least you can find, and you should do that on any channel you like. Even if you don't want to get notifications, just don't hit the bell. If you just hit subscribe, then they'll still tell you sometimes, but you can find it if you want to find it again. So thank you again. I'll be back very soon, and I hope you enjoyed this little craft video. Bye.